Hi, everybody. This is Paul from Rosie's 1901 3200 Halls Mill Road in Mobile, Alabama. And we got one of our favorite people with us, ALY from Law Tigers. How are you doing, ALY?
I'm doing good, Paul. Always a treat to come to the shop. Always have a good time seeing your smiling face, and you give good hugs too.
Well, I appreciate
You know,
that
people
so
say that
much.
about me, but I got to say that about you.
Yeah, your husband being ex-Marine, I may want to leave that alone. No, but Allie's one of our favorite people. We've known her ever since that Law Tiger started coming down this area. As soon as
Yeah.
you got your job, we
Right.
had
So
Chris
we
here for a while.
Right. We've been in this area for about 3.5 years now. I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary
Saw
with
that.
Law Tigers Florida Panhandle. My territory, I live over in Panama City Beach. My territory, Mobile to Tallahassee, Andalusia, Dothan, Lower Alabama, and of course, I love coming over here to Mobile.
Well, we love having you over here as well. I want to get a couple of things in because she has got a packed day today. She's going to be all over this area and then got to go all the way to a bike night in Panama City. So we'll make this quick, down and dirty. But did want to give you the chance to talk a little bit of one of the Law Tigers sponsored events in Panama City this year was Thunder Beach.
Yes.
How did that go for you?
It was great. We are a big sponsor for Thunder Beach, and this was the 26th annual Spring 2024 Thunder Beach. The weather couldn't have been more perfect than it was.
great.
It was just absolutely gorgeous. The people came out, 30,000 bikers came out to enjoy the sunshine. It was a little different this year, though. We had some road construction, which caused a big jam up because the road construction really was strictly from Harley to Frank Brown Park, the two main venues. So that, if you're not a local and you've not been dealing with that battle all the time and you're just coming to town, I can see when you're sitting at a stoplight, boiling in the sun, you've got your hot engine and you're waiting 3, 4, 5 different lights to turn green
Right,
to go.
right.
I can understand that frustration. Also, they added, it was called Double Thunder this year. So they added the Thunderbirds in the sky during a bike rally, which, had some kind of wondering, when our eyes are up top, who's watching the road?
Exactly.
So there turned out to be a total of 8 accidents, motorcycle-related accidents during the 5 days, 3 fatalities.
Oh, no.
So, those numbers never look good. That's why we, come in and try to sponsor and be top of mind and be there. Even if you don't use Law Tigers, we're a great place to start because usually it's a very chaotic, emotional time, and we're a great starting point. But we are a free case evaluation. So, at working the booth at Thunder Beach, I was right in front of Harley Davidson. So it's great when people can come up and say, hey, I live in Tennessee. This happened to me just now on the road. Can you do a free case evaluation? And we're right there to get our intake team submitted the information and get some answers for them. But, overall, it was really good. We're planning for fall. I just found out that I'm on the Sturgis setup team.
Oh, cool.
So the end of July, I'll be going with my Law Tiger setup team. We'll be driving all the equipment up there. And it's really great because for within a 50-mile radius, we put up like 20 inflatable tigers, multiple tents, multiple banners and booths. So I have to set up all that, in which I always say, my job is a little bit marketing manager, a little bit carny, Paul.
Exactly.
I'm a
Exactly.
carny when it comes down to it. So, but the good thing is that when the actual Sturgis event starts, another team comes in. So they'll be under the booth passing out all of the stuff to the Sturgis guests while I'm then enjoying my first Sturgis before I make my way back to the Panhandle.
You haven't been to Sturgis before?
No, I haven't.
your
This is going to
first
be
one.
my first one.
Oh, you're going to absolutely love it. Yeah, you can talk about events. You can talk about going to Daytona. Daytona in itself, that bike week is phenomenal. But Sturgis is a whole different ball game. It's a whole
Right.
different mentality because you're up in the mountains. The venues are great. The people are great, and it's sort of spread out. I mean,
Right.
so it's not. You can go ride all day long around Sturgis, see some great things, and you don't see as many bikers as you think you would. but I think you're going to have a great time.
Oh, just the views. I'm
that's
looking
great.
forward
That's
to those
great.
views.
Well, what other, do you know any other rides around here that you're going to be involved with besides the Thunder Beach and Sturgis?
Well, coming up just right here in town, Mobile Bay Harley Davidson, we've got the Papapalooza big Father's Day crawfish boil that's coming up. I do know that. But we also, congratulations on the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. That was just
what a
this
dapper
last
time.
Sunday.
It was.
You
We had a
guys looked
great
so
time.
great.
Yeah, that was our 10th time to be involved with it, and it was just absolutely fantastic. The people were great. The people showed up with their vintage bikes, showed up in their dapper attire, and it's really neat to see some of the guys walk around. Now we put on a traditional English fare breakfast.
Ooh.
So we have tea and we have the real
Crumpets?
No, we didn't have the crumpets. We had scones.
Okay.
And but we have the tea and we have saucers in real cups, not styrofoam cups, if you wish to do so. And there were several walking around in their dapper attire with their tea. It was just really you would think you were in merry old England, but
Right.
we
Well,
always have a great
I was
time.
saying I'm glad that they don't do it further in the year because most of you guys are wearing suits and caps and stuff. You would be boiling,
We have done it later in the year, and it's a mess sometimes. But
But,
then the ride from here over to Billy E's was just absolutely great. And I was not able to go over there because I had to tear down here and get on our way. But anyway, Billy E's, Bill just absolutely blew it out over there. He put on, that was the first time he was the destination, and he thought, okay, I'm going to knock this out of the park, and he did. It was absolutely fantastic. We had families that actually met their riders over there.
Oh, cool.
So it
Kind of
wound-
rooted them on.
Yeah, well, it was a true family affair then, just rather than just the bike. So Billy E's at Billy E's Bacon Burgers
Oh, that
is just,
bacon. It's the best
Isn't it?
bacon I've ever
Unreal,
had.
unreal.
Oh, my God.
he's
Yeah.
just absolutely fantastic.
Top shelf.
He
And
is.
and shout out to Michael Steiber, Mike Murphy. We got Paul Bowers. We've
And
got
Maurice.
Billy. We got Maurice. Yeah. Shout out to all the Emerald Coast Vintage Motor. No, sorry, it's the Mobile Bay Vintage
Vintage,
Motorcycle
right,
Club.
right.
There we go. Shout out to all you guys, for participating every year. Law Tigers donated. I was happy to do that because it is such a good cause and just a great look.
Well, that's a good thing about ALY, and that you don't know. It's behind the scenes type thing. But ALY, when she comes in, she always has a little few trinkets that we can give out to riders, and it means so much. It's not much, but a pin from Law Tigers, yeah, it's a marketing tool, but they're good pins. I mean, they really do, and they write in blue ink too, which you normally can't find anymore.
Right.
But you do bring the stuff over here, and the people that we give out stuff to. You were mentioning something a while ago. Back in my days when I was flying with airlines, we had a little card with us that if you're involved in an accident, do the following things.
Yes.
Because it's trauma and you need something to remind you. Law Tigers has a checklist that if anything happens to you in an accident or anything like that, it's a checklist that you can pull out of a little wallet and you can sit there and you can follow the things that you need to do. Get an accident report, get pictures, get driver's license numbers. Take your time to check yourself out to make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
'Cause
Don't
some-
act too quick or
No,
hastily. I
no.
mean,
But you have that checklist, and we have those here. So if you want one of them, come in. They make a nice little wallet. You can put all your registration stuff in, put it in your bike, and keeps everything nice and clean for you too, as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we do enjoy that in the bike.
and it replaces that Ziploc bag that most people are using as well. Ours is a more refined version. And I wanted to tell you something. You were asking me what was going on. I've got some big news with our Law Tigers team over here. I've added, speaking of Michael Steiber, and I know that you know Dink Stevens
Right,
as well.
right.
We've added them as some temporary representatives to work some events. So if you have any events in this area, whether it's a bike night, whether it's a club event, whether it's a family event, car show, as long as motorcycles are included, we can be there and we're free of charge. So hit us up because we've got a team now
Yeah,
ready. And if
yeah.
I can't make it, they can.
Yeah, and also know too that Law Tigers is you're in all 50 states, right?
We are not. We are nationwide in the fact that our reach is that. But I know Iowa, Wisconsin. There's a handful of states
Yeah,
that
a
we
couple
are.
of- yeah, right, yeah.
But For the last 23 years, we have been nationwide, and we not only address, your medical bills and negotiate them down, but also your property damage. We all ride, and so do all of our attorneys. I think that's important because you got to know what you're fighting for. You got to know how much expensive and your leathers and your riding gear, your boots, all that adds up, and we want you to get that compensated back to you as well.
And if you want to see something real interesting, go to the Law Tigers, their main Facebook page, and look at all these lawyers out riding at your annual event out in Arizona.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it really is. You see all these guys riding around, and but these people are not just attorneys, but they're riders too. And so they understand a little bit about what's going on with us out on the road.
Right, and many of them actually are with groups, combat vets, the hamsters, like all around the country. So they're not only just, I wanted to say delegate, but that's not it, because that's objection. No. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But anyway, we just wanted, she called last night and talked to Rosie and said, hey, I'm going to be over around 10 o'clock. And anything you want to do for a podcast? And I said, absolutely. I want to find out about how Thunder Beach went because we weren't able to go. And
I think my quote to Janice was, fire up the microphones.
And the thing is, I have a career in broadcasting of about 20 years, and ALY has a career in broadcasting. It probably is longer than that. And but anyway, so we get together and enjoy talking about some of the golden days that we used to be. Of course, now you're a television personality in England too.
Right. I mean,
yes. And now she's a personality on the podcast here for Rosie's.
That's right.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you,
I know
Paul.
you've got to get on your way and get all the way back. Like I say, you got stops here, then you got to make it Panama City before tonight.
Yep, we got a big bike night, but ride safe, everyone. If you need us, we're here. Free case evaluation, 1-800-LAW-TIGERS.
Thank you so much. This is Paul from Rosie's, 1901 3200 Halls Mill Road in Mobile, where we always have free coffee and free parking. Stop by and see us sometime.